A Capitol rioter has a interesting new excuse as to why he shouldn't get jail time. Ready for this one? The attorney from Robert Reeder, who pleaded guilty to joining the Capitol riot on January 6, claims in a new court filing that the 55-year-old took a train from Maryland to Washington, D.C. to hear President Donald Trump speak at a Stop the Steal rally because he was bored. He had nothing better to do. And had made a, quote, spur-of-the-moment decision and a regrettable mistake when he followed the crowd into the Capitol building, to which he says, well, I didn't know that it was, I wasn't allowed to go there. I had no idea. I was just I was just an accidental tourist. Right. Mr. Reeder, according to his defense attorney, Robert Bonsib, Mr. Reeder is not particularly politically active, is not, and has never been a member of any right-wing or anti-government or extremist group, and has been, unfortunately, publicly grouped in with many others whose views he abhors. The lawyer claims that Reeder attended the Trump rally, which had been heavily promoted by right-wing social media, because he thought it might be the last time he would hear Trump speak, and he said he did not care much for President Trump, although he favored some of President Trump's policies. I wonder which ones. And he was not a strong supporter of his Democratic opponent in the election. Let me just note that I was also not a strong supporter of Joe Biden. Let's just say that. That didn't mean that I was going to go and join the Trump Stop the Steal rally. I mean, but I guess for him, hey, even though I don't really care for Donald Trump, I still bought his merchandise and still invaded a federal building on his behalf. Yeah, you know what that reminds me? I too also do stuff like that for politicians that I don't like. Has anybody seen my Nancy Pelosi coffee mug? Oh, right, I left it in the basement that Pelosi left Medicare for All, where she buried it. What a ridiculous argument. Oh, no, I was bored, so I invaded the Capitol, even though I really didn't care about Donald Trump at all. No. He was caught wearing a MAGA hat and screaming, "Fight for Trump." Oops. Wow. Yeah.
Give me a break.
Yeah. That's a no for me, dog. I'm not buying that one. Ridiculous. Do we look as stupid as you are? But this new defense, again, comes after the last dumb one. As I mentioned, he was an accidental tourist. Prosecutors noted in a court filing on Friday that he had recorded himself breaching the Capitol twice, recorded a video of a police officer's assault, and boasted that he had battled the police. But he was just an accidental tourist. Here's what prosecutors wrote on that. The defendant should ask the court to believe that despite being tear gassed and shot with pepper balls, he was simply unaware that entry into the Capitol was prohibited at that time. A clear message must be sent to this defendant that he is being held responsible for all of his illegal conduct during the riots. Tellingly, Reeder continues to minimize his conduct as an accidental tourist with a phone, trying to document everything. The defendant chose to stand among the crowd and record as they held "Hang Mike Pence." Or, hang my pants. That's what they were saying. Oh, I couldn't tell. They were saying, "Hang my pants. Hang my pants." For the defendant, this is according to U.S. Assistant Attorney Joshua Rothstein. For the defendant, these unlawful acts were a source of pride and accomplishment. For the nation, it was a permanent source of shame, sorrow. I really thought I heard it all. Oh, I was defending the muffins, and I was singing the song of my people. It's the QAnon shaman guy. Oh no, I wasn't there to overthrow it. I was defending democracy. Oh yes. Oops, I was an accidental tourist. And now, I'm actually a Democrat, and I didn't even really like Trump. I was just bored. Ridiculous. It's the dumbest excuse I have ever seen. It's comical. Comical. Now, what this guy has is obviously he seems to be lying. And he has no remorse and doesn't actually want to take responsibility for his actions. Whatever happened to personal responsibility? Whatever happened? Whatever happened? Oh, it turns out it doesn't exist. Not for these people, which are overwhelmingly, and this is why, by the way, people who have never experienced consequences in their entire lives, because they're fairly wealthy, well-to-do. You can't just quit your job or not work that day, fly out to D.C. and sometimes, a private jet, as some of these people have been, and go out and invade the Capitol. You don't do that as a working class person because you're too busy to survive, trying to survive, and working your ass off. No, these are well-to-do people. These are upper middle class, business owners. Those are the people that invaded the Capitol. And they are never used to having any sort of, consequences for their terrible actions. And that's what we're seeing with the MAGA cultists. And in fact, in their mind, in a lot of their minds, they don't believe they did anything wrong except for get caught. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.